puzzled by transitivity. In the
That's
sense
no problem, but I'm not. You're puzzled by transitivity. You use
well,
it
usually, I don't know. Usually, either you assume transitivity and completeness,
no,
or
there's no reason. No.
no, or you assume
Totally
neither of
not.
them. No. I understand
Totally
that.
not.
No. But I'm saying, if you take preferences seriously, probably you should assume neither transitivity nor completeness.
No, I completely disagree with you. And these are not preferences. This is a social goodness relation. All right. Individuals are as well behaved as you will because they have utilities. They will be generated from utility functions. They satisfy everything you need to have them. This is a social relation, right? A social goodness relation. That's the one we think there's. Conceptually, completeness and transitivity are very different animals. And to say you have to have them both or none of them, I don't agree with that. You could do it, but if you say we don't have transitivity and we don't have completeness, then there may not be very much left. But you can do it, but again, you may up with very little per se. All right, so utilitarianism, and in the traditional formulation, Jeremy Bentham is one supporter, and actually was. He explicitly used phrases such as, I think it doesn't matter where your well-being comes from, it all counts the same. Whatever gives you your kicks, we respect. And I like that attitude. So basically, then there are several versions or possibilities of extending utilitarianism to a variable population. One is average utilitarianism. And if you want to make comparisons according to average utilitarianism, well, you just compare average utility. So you say that U is at least as good as V, if and only if average utility in U is greater than or equal to average utility in V. Now this is typically a bad idea, and the reason is if you look at this as a criterion, if you want to use this as a criterion to ask yourself a question, should we bring somebody new into being? This does not allow to even define what might be a minimal acceptable standard of living. Imagine a situation where everybody is extremely well off by all accounts. They have all Ferraris and yachts and private planes, whatever you want. And then you consider a situation where you ask, should you bring a new person into being whose well-being is just slightly below the average? Average utilitarianism says no. What's even worse is at the other end, if you have a situation where everybody is miserable, they all suffer from starvation, they're in great pain, they're all sick. If you consider adding someone who is just slightly above the average, but still by all accounts extremely miserable, average utilitarianism says go for it. And that's not only in our views, but I think in everyone's views of what works in population ethics is a non-starter. So one alternative is total utilitarianism, where you just look at the sum, right? So let's try total. Then you say your comparison says you look at total utilities. And in that case, you don't have the problem. You can actually, in principle, you can actually think of this as not just total utilities, but the utility gains over neutrality. Because neutrality is normalized to zero, and that's what you get. Now, a third, the generalization of total utilitarianism is what was introduced by Charles Blackerby and David Donaldson without me 40 years ago, and that's what they call critical level utilitarianism. Critical level utilitarianism says, well, you sum up gains of utilities over a fixed critical level. In that case, you say U is at least as good as V, if and only if the sum of utility gains over some fixed critical level alpha is greater than or equal to the sum of the utility gains for the vector of E. And of course, if you have same number comparisons, alpha just washes. So alpha